Good morning, everybody. We would like to express, first of all, our sincere acknowledgements to Global Owner and to GoHub and all the speakers and projects that are joining us today here in Valencia and also online. My name is Alexandra. I'm working as a EU Projects Assistant in Vinoma in Brussels, and now I'm here today to be moderating this event, which will be held in the framework, as you will all know, of the European Green Week. This event is entitled like ECODIGESTION 2.0, Synergies towards greener communities and EU funding for organic waste. This side event is organized with the aim of celebrating the progress we have already made in the energy transition area. Our goal is to encourage individuals, communities, and also organizations to take stronger actions in the future as well as in the present in order to protect our environment and enhance sustainable development. First, we will have the opening. We have the presentation opening online. We are delighted to come with two very special guests in this open session, which will be Katarzyna, who works as the lead policy officer at the European Commission. We will learn about the DG Synergies perspective on research, competitiveness, innovation, and digitalization, and some key challenges for strategic technologies regarding net zero industry path. Next, we will have the next guest, the Chief Financial Officer of Concrete Ventures. He will be opening the space in introducing the hubs. So right now we are starting with the online.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just checking if the sound is correct and whether you can hear me. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just checking if the sound is correct and whether you can hear me. Yes, there is a very strong echo, I must say, but I will try to not to be discouraged by this. So thank you very much for welcoming the European Commission. So I represent today Directorate General for Energy, and we work on the files of the Green Deal, of the decarbonization and digitalization, with main focus, I think, with interest to this project and to this consortium related to decarbonization of different types of gases, so sustainable and green gases such as renewable hydrogen, for example, and also in the context of the recent initiative of the Commission on the Net Zero Industry Act, as part of the industrial plan for Europe, focusing on the key strategic technologies, which include sustainable biogases and upgrades to biomethane. Along other technologies which are obviously renewable, such as the wind photovoltaics, the solar PVs. Also, we have grid technologies and other key technologies to achieve the carbon neutrality at the longer term horizon. Perhaps with the first main messages. The European Commission has put in place a very comprehensive framework for, replacing the fossil gases by including hydrogen, with a strategy that has been set up in 2020, and then that has been amended and extended to include in the repower package an objective of 10 millions of tons of renewable hydrogen, and then imports also of renewable hydrogen. In particular, we have put in place a partnership with the industry and the Clean Hydrogen Industry Alliance to support both research and industrialization. So we have come up with a partnership on electrolyzers, which is a main technology to produce renewable hydrogen. And there are quite now few investments, very large scale investments across Europe, such as the manufacturing plants for electrolyzers. One of them is already financially closed and is taking place in Spain, close to Madrid. So this technology will help us produce hydrogen in a sustainable way using electricity and water, and replacing fossil gas on which we depend, namely in the context also of the Russian invasion on Ukraine. The hydrogen has this very high potential of decarbonizing hard to abate sectors such as long distance transport, industry, maritime, or aviation. Now, if you allow me say a few words on the second act, which is very important also for the work of the consortium on which you are working with, which is the Net Zero Industry Act. So this act, as a proposal of the Commission, is accompanied by the Critical Raw Materials Act. They go hand in hand together, with the main objective to basically produce the bulk, the major part of key technologies in Europe and assembly them in Europe. So as I have mentioned, sustainable biogases and biomethane are part of this key strategic, what we call key strategic technologies, which will have several number of advantages, such as, for example, with regard to accelerated permitting procedures, or with regard to the length of installations, and facilitation of investments. Yes, perhaps it's more relevant for other technologies than for biogases and biomethane. So the objective of this Net Zero Industry Act is to produce and assembly at least 40% of the target deployment for Europe in 2030, which is really unprecedented objective because we do not want to depend, for example, on the shipments to Europe of the major parts of some of the technologies on which we depend, and we would like them to be produced and assembled in Europe, in the European Union. As examples, I can give, for example, the very large factory for the photovoltaics, which will take place in Italy, in Sicily, or the example of the electrolyzer manufacturing facilities that are being deployed, for example, in Belgium, or another one is taking place in Spain. I would like to welcome the discussions here and open the floor to other panelists, and I'm available for any question you would like to raise.
Thank you, Kasia, for your kind welcoming. And as you say, if anybody has maybe any question, or if not, we are going to proceed with our opening with the Chief Officer of GoHub, who will give us the invitation to this place.
Thank you for having us, and please be welcome on today and start connected. Thank you for allowing me to present to you GoCap. We have been doing all this year. We are GoCap is a very project of we are structured as an with and we invest in tech companies that have a focus on process automation, cost reduction, product innovation, and therefore sustainability. We have invested in more than 50 companies. We have an active portfolio of 25 companies. But we are today in part of private sector. In 2005, Roland pioneered the digital transformation in the mobility. They took several companies and they faced several challenges that they wanted to attack in terms of digitalization and cost. After a few years working on that, they realized they were the leaders or the leaders behind that change. So they found that the first accelerated development take part this manner to change the relations in Africa. And basically create a very what's faster the results today. In this accelerating process, we proposed so from this accelerated program, we posed challenges to companies that have an impact on the water cycle. Soon after that, we took the next step. In 2019, we created the first fund, GoCap, which was a 30 million fund that not only invested in these accelerated companies, but took these companies and these solutions to other things. Right after that, and as a result of all the knowledge that we have acquired in these years, ECODIGESTION was created. ECODIGESTION is a spin-off of Global that somehow sum up all this knowledge about the new platform that digitalizes water utilities all around the world. ECODIGESTION has become a leader in its vertical and is a key part of the deal. Finally, in 2022, we created our second fund, what we are today, which is a 50 million fund to accompany the company at the later stage. So out of this, we have created an ecosystem, which is composed of global and the infrastructure, ECODIGESTION, that gives the technology edge and also the first market, and you have that identify and invest in disruptive technologies. So the only invest is GoCap. And we could benefit from the technology that these companies brings to the table. They go have, as I said, is a venture capital fund, and though with 60 million since 2019, we have invested in over 30 different companies. We have deployed over 19 million, and we continue to invest from our second vehicle. What we look for are we identify several verticals within the tech space that serves our very purpose. And that purpose since the beginning has been cost optimization, process automation, product innovation, and as a result, all of that having a positive impact in sustainability and ESG criteria. From our second fund, we invest tickets from 1 million to 4 million companies that serve these purposes. We have also, and we have continued with the Open Innovation Program, now offered to all the companies of our portfolio to identify and challenge problems within the water cycle. We invest in Europe, USA, and Latin with a focus in Europe, and our portfolio companies have impact and activities all around the world. This is our unique portfolio, as I said, today composed of 26 companies within different verticals. We have selected a few of them that we believe fit within this European green way. Fractal platform for asset management. It was born in Colombia and later on taken to Spain. Its headquartered nowadays in Madrid. It's leader in Latin with over 12,000 clients. Basically, what it does is allows companies to better maintain and increase the productivity of their assets. It has two impacts. It, on one hand, makes longer the life of the assets, and on the other hand, it increases productivity, reducing costs and also the consumption of resources. Imagine, for example, if we are able to make longer the life of a pump from 1 year to 2 years of a company that has 2 million pumps. That's a real case study. Our brand is a platform that allows farmers and producers and digitalizes sector that is huge in the world that is really low digitalized. That company allows the farmers to increase their productivity and therefore their production. Also helps track all the raw materials and monitor the carbon footprint. Onirics is an application for augmented reality, control and maintenance, for example, of all the sewers in a municipality of over 40,000 population, like this one. Field robotics uses automation, artificial intelligence, and computer vision to track and monitor large sewers of big water utilities. It prevents from malfunctioning leakages with obvious impact in cost and waste. Agro Analytics is a platform that helps producers to using satellite images, sensors, and AI and agro models to optimize their irrigation process, enabling these farmers and the whole, I would say, to save in water consumption up to 40%. Finally, EarthPulse uses also satellite images to, in real time, monitor and prevent from weather disasters. A flood, a fire, identifying critical assets, and being able to prevent and act before the disaster happens. Finally, this is our research team led by Ines Talabuch and supported by the group and top-notch network of advisors that help us in our work. Thank you so much. And if you want to know a little bit more about any of our startups, please feel free to go.
Thank you so much, Victor, for presenting your investment successful cases. As we are a little bit running out of time, I will pass directly the microphone to Juan Manuel. He's the CEO of Innova, and he will be opening the panel of European funding.
Thank you. Thank you very much to Global Roaming and Global hosting us in this official event under the main week of the European Commission. What I will try is in some minutes to explain in what we are in the right time. We are in the next generation funds. That means 14 times more than the biggest economic recovery plan in humans. That was the so-called masses, 14 times. That means we are in the timing there is a lot of money. Spain is a so rich country that we are the worst country in absorbing EU funds. We're going to not absorb 20,000 million euros from the period 2014-2000. But that's an opportunity, not only in necessities. In our opinion, we should try to submit as much as current proposals into the European Commission to try to scale after under structural funds and the repowering or under coalition. What is so important, we are very proud to help and to work in this. What we see in Europe, there are 18,000 depuration water treatment plants that consumes around 3% of the total energy of Europe. That means a lot of potential. Depuration water treatment plants means they consume a lot of energy. Why not to use that startup that is the digestor, the depuration water. Doing what? What Global Roaming learning to us is how to digest slurry or other organic waste to produce that biogas, filter, Nowadays, with the crisis, we need low-cost biofertilizer. Anyway, we are our dream. One of the challenges of this of today is to think in why not a life congestion 3.0 in global. We convince global to think why not in the concept like energetic cooperatives, energetic communities that today they work because there is not more legal and administrative barriers. In the photovoltaic energy, why not in biomass? Why not to work in the filter procurement, who produce energy, who consumes? Why not around any depuration water treatment plants, the different providers of waste, talking of HoReCa sector, restaurants, hotels, of farms. We could build up a new business model because, of course, the depuration water treatment plant could have a new income that is for the managing of that waste that today is going to the land. And we have to understand that the cost of bringing this waste to a landfill is double that 1 year ago because of the new legislation. And it will increase more than we believe in that 0 kilometers in the logistics of the organic waste. Why not to go with the depuration water treatment plant? But that's an idea. Allow me to explain that next September there will be the headline of the large this project. It will help in the mitigation of climate change because if we it could be why not to work in the governance and get different barriers to of the pollution water treatment plants, or we could be working in the rise of programs like but there are other funding. In the next months, there will be a new call that is made projects up to 5 million euros, up to 90% with the Mediterranean basin. That means Mediterranean, in Valencia. Why not with Egypt, Algeria, with other countries? Of project to feel less that today is going to this thing after it so we have live talking projects around children. Not only this very interesting project. The European Commission, they are asking us to extend through Interreg and through other. We have the money, we have the time, we have the talent. And here in Goda, there is a lot of why not to think in new challenges, identifying all optimized or accelerating the bacteria that start the large full study and shorter the question. I think that is that means to the year 2030. There are funding, there are time, let's work together. It's to look at how to see in the middle and September is near. And finally, we have to understand that we are in the European year of skills. That means there are 20,000 million euros for a program for developing new skills for workers, how to use the artificial intelligence or the software or the digital twins, the pollution water treatment plants. Okay, that's programs that we can see. Next call will be in October. In 3 months' time, we know if it's approved or not. We can do short missions of up to 60,000 euros. Is financed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And so letting us know about the awaiting funding opportunities for talented initiatives. Right now, we are going to close our second block, the Eurofunds, with the intervention of Elias Colom, who is the Corporate Marketing Director of Global Union. Thank you so much.
Morning. Thanks for coming to
as Victor said, that is to have headquarters. 3 years ago, we have an event of the Mondial Environmental Day, the 5th of June. Every people are all over the world. For us, we have more opportunities because we have homework before. For us, it's fantastic to hear from our 20,000 millions euros. We can have only show you that the education we have people who saw that we have the same all the energy we use in our big plant here in Valencia, and even that we make and optimize this ECODIGESTION with polluters and we make more energy and we can make more energy. This is totally as I begin I began. It's very economy. I think if we make new ideas in that way, I think we have no problems on funds and we have no problems on people. But this is because we are here. We are going to present you some best practices, and then we are offered to all the European community the ECODIGESTION awards, and that will be the second part of the journey. So for me, it's a pleasure to have all of you here. This E3 of tax and try to resolve everything, and we'll see how the ideas will make us more sustainability and more aligned with the environment. Thanks.
In this slide, and projects towards energy transition. We will make a presentation of all the projects, and then we will have a round table. We are starting with this presentation with Carlos Lapita, who will be moderating this part. Yes.
You would like to yes, please. There are some of them that are online. I don't know if they are listening to me now. Yes. Super that.
Just a kind of reminder for everybody when they are talking, the mic.
So thank you. But let's start with this roundtable. The idea is to have for each panelist just talk about the project or the department they are working on, this kind of things, and later on we will start with a discussion with the first panelist is Jorge. She's online. I don't know if you can see her. I saw yes. Chemical engineer and master in energy and environment, and she has more than 20 years experience in water treatment, working coordination position in both drinking water supply and also in water treatment process. Since 2020, she works in the R&D department of our Electoral with the topics of presence elimination of drugs in wastewater, circular economy, optimization of treatment processes, and carbon neutrality.
Sandra, in our center litoral, the core business is water treatment. This one are the politics and project development for the sustainability of the water treatment.
Sorry, Carlos, I don't hear you very well. Can you?
Yes, I just asking you about the projects you are working on in our litoral for the sustainability of the water treatment.
We applying the.
Do you have any problem with the sound? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Sorry.
No, we can't hear you now. Yeah.
Sorry. Can you want that I make a presentation or I?
As you want. You have a presentation. Is also nice for us. Just talk about your projects and the project you are working on in Water Litoral for this sustainability.
Okay. So it's more easy for me that I make a presentation. Okay, it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Perfect.
You see?
Yes, we can see, but not in presentation mode.
Okay. So we are in the center of Portugal. We are a part of ADP, Águas de Portugal Holding Company. So we are between the cities of Coimbra, Aveiro, Leiria, Fátima. We serve 30 municipalities, and we are these are our projects. We have one project internal, which the employees are challenged to donate and things and equipment that no longer need in order to promote the circular economy. We are partner of a project to produce green hydrogen to treat wastewater that are produced with our wastewater treated in the wastewater of treatment plant and Marinha Grande. We have another project where we research and remove all the compounds, the microplastics in the wastewater to aim to promote the reuse. So the words that we use in the Águas do Litoral is reuse and promote the neutral circular economy and the digitalization, and the project Life ECODIGESTION 2.0 is our big project that increase the energy and the carbon neutrality. So this project happens in the Coimbrão, near Leiria. It's a site, a big site. It's a big site that treats domestic effluents, hospital effluents, piggeries effluents, and landfill leachate. So it's a project that we promote very strategic areas of innovation, the resilience and the efficiency of the systems and the operations, the circular economy, and the energy and carbon neutrality. So is our biggest project, and is a project that all the company are involved. It's me, I'm different, but it's me, and the people of exploration department, maintenance department, laboratory, is a very important project that we are partner.
Sandra, the next panelist is Rodrigo Simón. He's a electromechanical engineer and MBA from Business School of San Francisco de Vitoria University in Madrid. Currently, he is working in the Cámara de Valencia as technical manager in the following applications, as technical advisor and business developer of different sectors, such as metal making or sanitation and energy. Also, technical advisor on energy efficiency for enclosures and optimization of solar resources, and technical advisor on energy efficiency for businesses and industries. Nowadays, Cámara de Valencia is developing a project about local sustainable business model. And just to start, what does the sustainable local business program consist of?
Bueno, buenos días, muchas gracias a los organizadores que nos en cuenta en esta Semana Verde, a la Cámara de Valencia. Vengo a comentarles un proyecto de eficiencia energética. Este proyecto de eficiencia energética surge luego de la pandemia, cuando todos los comercios, muchos de ellos estuvieron afectados económicamente, tuvieron que cerrar sus puertas. El Ayuntamiento de Valencia y la Cámara de Valencia se unieron para llevar a cabo este proyecto con el objetivo principal, la activación económica del área comercial, del área de beca, los hoteles, cafeterías, restaurantes y también los comercios, el formato de pyme. Lo que buscan activar y a realizar una mejora en la eficiencia energética, produciendo disminución de la huella de carbono, ¿sí? Este proyecto está ubicado se ubica en la ciudad de Valencia, donde nuestros técnicos y asesores van a conviene una cita con el comercio interesado, es una visita técnica, se relevan todas las instalaciones, tanto eléctrica como la iluminación y los equipos pasivos de consumo, para poder mostrar las lecturas que pueden llegar a tener con distintos tipos de recomendaciones. Todas las soluciones son de medida. Se presenta un informe diagnóstico donde va a ser evaluado el local. Se genera una escala del 1 a 10, siendo 1 la condición más desfavorable, siendo 10 la condición más favorable. A partir de allí, valorado eso energéticamente, puede saber el comercio exactamente a dónde está parado y cuáles son las vías o los caminos más habituales para poder lograr el ahorro energético, ¿sí? Para tener recomendaciones muy puntuales en cuanto a esto, y se pretende lograr un ahorro de al menos un 15%. Estos son datos duros que hemos sacado de los primeros 500 comercios que hemos visitado. Actualmente estamos en la segunda etapa del proyecto, así que los técnicos están ya en sitio haciendo todo este tipo de visitas.
¿Lo tienes ahí para poder pasar la presentación? Te la voy a poner ahora. Entonces, ¿cómo hacéis el diagnóstico? ¿Cómo se va a acabar el diagnóstico?
Excelente. Bueno, el diagnóstico lo realizamos haciendo una visita al local. Se va a valorar todos los aspectos eléctricos de las instalaciones del local. Una vez que se valora eso, la recomendación se va a observar todo el local, inclusive lo que es el aislamiento del local, y a partir de ahí le damos algunas herramientas y un comparador de comercializadoras energéticas. Como saben, están todo el tiempo haciendo las mejores ofertas del mercado para que puedan ahorrar algo también de energía. Entonces, el concepto de ahorro energético va a ser con mejoras físicas en el local, con mejoras de cómo gestionar la energía, sin hacer ningún tipo de inversión, simplemente cómo gestionar la energía en el local, aplicando algunos elementos como automatismos menores. Y a partir de allí encontraremos unos ahorros aproximadamente un 12 o un 15%, a veces más también. Hemos tenido muchas sorpresas y muchos comercios que realmente están comprometidos con el ahorro energético, con la disminución de huella de carbono, y bueno, con ser más competitivos también y tener un comercio eficiente frente a la situación económica también. Esto es algo rápido. Una vez que el comercio nos da el ok, validamos el comercio, hacemos el diagnóstico, también pedimos las 12 facturas de los últimos meses para ver la demanda estacional que pueden tener los comercios, tanto en verano como en invierno, y ayudamos también ahí a hacer una mejor gestión de la energía. ¿Sí? Bueno, muchas gracias.
The next panelist is Loreto Fenollosa. She is a PhD in Agriculture and Engineering from the Polytechnic University of Valencia, and currently she is professor in the Department of Economics and Social Science and attached to the Highest Technical School of Agriculture, Engineering and Natural Environment. Her research focuses in the three main lines: economic evaluation of assets, eco-efficiency, and development cooperation. Regarding the university management, she has held the position of Deputy Director of Business and Cooperation Chairs at the Higher Technical School for Agriculture Engineering and the Natural Environment since 2017, and during this period, as a member of the corporate management team of the school, she has promoted and consolidated the signing of 16 chairs of company, promoting university company relations. And now she is going to present some projects of the department.
Bueno,
Of course.
To see the presentation. Lo siento, mi inglés, hago la presentación en castellano. Realmente me han pedido que hablara como ingeniera agrónoma, como investigadora y como profesora de la Universidad Politécnica de Valencia. Entonces me gustaría un poco poner en contexto dónde estamos trabajando. A ver. Realmente la universidad es una universidad muy grande, trabajamos todos en conjunto, aunque somos escuelas, departamentos, centros de investigación individuales, todos trabajamos de una manera más o menos homogénea, intentamos trabajar de una manera multidisciplinar. Es verdad que nos vamos a centrar en lo que hacemos en nuestra escuela, donde tanto técnicos, alumnos, profesores, investigadores, tanto de doctorado, de grado como de máster, están todos involucrados en diferentes áreas de conocimiento, diferentes áreas de investigación y de transferencia de toda esta tecnología. Tengo que enfocar para que pase. Ahora, a este grupo de personas también deberíamos de añadir dos agentes que son las empresas. Tenemos una gran relación con empresas, de manera que tanto los alumnos como investigadores, como profesores, como técnicos, pueden estar relacionados y van a trabajar con muchas de las empresas del sector. En este caso he recogido un poco el trabajo que está relacionado con lo que estamos tratando hoy aquí. Por ejemplo, la cátedra IDS Ecoforce está trabajando con drones, aplicando productos fitosanitarios con los drones, pero también sensorizando todos esos procesos, de manera que van a conseguir que esa agricultura sea mucho más sostenible. Por otro lado, tenemos la cátedra Fruit Inter, que está trabajando, bueno, ha tenido un reconocimiento desde el punto de vista de un reconocimiento internacional porque ha conseguido la huella de nitrógeno cero y además ha realizado un modelo que es transferible a otras empresas. También con administraciones tenemos repito, esto es un ejemplo de lo que está relacionado con lo que estamos hablando hoy de economía circular y sostenibilidad. Sí. Entonces, sí que es verdad que están intentando hacer la reducción de productos para que puedan ser reutilizados. En este caso, también tenemos diferentes institutos donde se están trabajando técnicas de biotecnológicas muy interesantes que, por ejemplo, en este caso, en el caso del grupo que trabaja después de las plantas, no está trabajando esa reducción de energía, o sea, esa reducción de agua, como puede ser, como ponía un ejemplo antes del agroanalytics, sino que lo que hacemos es que la propia planta va a ver cómo utilizar esa propia agua, entonces para poder reducir ese agua. También, bueno, este proyecto es nuevo en el que se va a hacer un reciclado tanto de los productos residuales urbanos como agrarios y forestales para poder hacer ese producto que va a ser utilizado como pellets, ¿vale? Como pellets. Y por último también
desde el punto de vista del Instituto de Ciencia y Tecnología de Animal, creo que es muy importante el proyecto que tienen de BioFlag. En este caso, están tratando de diseñar un sistema de producción acuícola sostenible que se basa en el reciclaje de desechos animales en población bacteriana y, por tanto, un menor gasto hídrico. Mi área de investigación, esta es una de mis líneas de investigación en la que vamos a trabajar, estamos trabajando ecoeficiencia en diferentes ámbitos, en el que integramos tanto la parte económica como medioambiental y social. Y bueno, simplemente me comentaron que tenía que hablar un poco de transición energética, pero también de economía circular, y por eso un poco la presentación la he hecho en ese sentido. Fue un poco la información que me llegó. ¿Vale? Entonces, nada, tenemos otros proyectos que están mucho más relacionados con este área de biogases a través de residuos. Y bueno, pues, también podemos hablar de esto un poco más adelante. Por ejemplo.
Thank you, Loreto. The next panelist, I don't know if we can see her in the room.
Hi, I'm connected online.
Okay. The next one is Christy Tanner. She's a R&D, now we can see her in the room. R&D project manager at Darwin Bioprospecting Excellence, a spin-off from the University of Valencia that is focused on developing microbial solutions for the industry. Christy has a PhD in biotechnology and MBA and has been working on project management at Darwin since 2017. Darwin has been involved in many regional, national, and European-funded R&D projects over the last few years, including projects focused on biodegradation of plastics, development of novel platforms for microbial culturomics, and screening for biological activities. And the project he has been talking about today is Micro for Biogas. So when you are available, Christy?
Yeah, so can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see you.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so thanks for the presentation. My name is Christy Tanner. As I was introduced, I'm R&D project manager at Darwin. And today I'm going to talk to you about Micro for Biogas, which is a European project in which we are participating from Darwin together with many other partners. And this project is actually coordinated by the University of Valencia. So in the current scenario of climate emergency, global pollution, energy crisis, I think we're all quite aware that we really need to develop a new bioeconomy in order to make economic growth more sustainable. So in this context, we must focus on transitioning from using fossil fuel and plastic-based energies and economies to a more green economy. And this can be done, for example, by promoting renewable energies and also reducing the dependence on fossil fuels. I think this is something that's been especially relevant in Europe in the last few months. A promising alternative to fossil fuels is, in fact, the use of biogas. So biogas is a mixture of methane and other gases, including carbon dioxide and traces of minority gases. And biogas can be produced using anaerobic digestion. So as you probably all know, anaerobic digestion is a process or a technology that uses different waste that can be manure, sewage sludge, or including food scraps. And using these substrates, it produces not only biogas, but also other subproducts such as fertilizers that can be used on the field. So it really is a very nice technology to contribute to circular economy. From the engineering point of view, the microbial communities that are involved in biogas production are kind of like a black box. So we know that microorganisms are important for the process, but we don't know exactly how they are working. So in this context is how Micro for Biogas was created a few years ago. This project started in 2021 and will be going until 2025. And one of the main goals for us is to study this community of bacteria and archaea and see how we can use these microorganisms to improve biogas production. As a very quick, brief overview of the role of these microorganisms in the process, in general, the bacteria that are in the microbial communities, they are in charge of decomposing the waste into organic acids. And then these organic acids are used by the archaea that are in the community to produce biogas, which, as I said, is methane, CO2, and other gases. So what can we do to improve this process? Our idea is to use several methodologies, such as biomentation, which is to add microorganisms to the process from externally add them. Biostimulation, which is to alter the parameters of the anaerobic digesters in order to stimulate the growth of a specific type of microorganism. Or transplantation, which is to take digestate from a digester that's working well and transplant it into a digester that's not working so well. And what's the goal of these methodologies? Well, our idea is to improve yield, in other words, to increase the production of biogas, to improve the robustness of the process. As you probably know, a frequent problem in biogas reactors is that the communities can collapse, and suddenly from producing a very nice amount of biogas, then suddenly you're not producing enough. So we want to improve the robustness and the reliability of the process, improve the quality of the biogas, in other words, to reduce the amount of CO2 and increase the amount of methane, and improve the speed. So this project, as I said, is 4 years long. We were 15 partners, but now we are one more partner because the other partners just joined. Divided into 6 different European countries, and we received just under 6 million of European funding for this project. And just a brief overview of what we are doing and what we are planning to do in the next few years. We started off by sampling a large amount of anaerobic digesters. In total, 80 different digesters were sampled, including different digester configurations, conditions, parameters, etc., collecting a very large amount of metadata as well. We subjected these samples to metagenomic and metataxonomic sequencing to understand a bit more what microbial communities are in fact in these digesters and what are their role from a functional point of view. And then we took these samples to the lab, and we have been isolating and characterizing microorganisms. Which microorganisms? So on one hand, we've been working with natural microorganisms or bacteria and archaea that we have isolated directly from the samples. We've been working on identifying them from a taxonomic point of view and characterizing them in terms of hydrolytic activities and fermentative profiles in order to select a small amount of strains that we believe could be important in the process and that we could use for biomentation. And we're also working on evolving these microorganisms. So those that are interesting because they have profiles of interest, we're evolving them so that they can adapt to different stressful conditions such as ammonia, conductivity, or salt. And together with the natural microorganisms, we will have a subset of selected microbial strains and consortia that we can then validate in lab scale, medium scale, and industrial scale processes. These validations will be taking place throughout different countries of the European Union, and the final validation will be in a Valencian town called Aras de los Olmos that is famous for their will to actually disconnect from the electrical grid and be a completely sustainable town. So they're actually in fact building a bioreactor, and this biomentation process will be validated there as well. Of course, all of this process is being supported from the beginning by a life cycle assessment and a market analysis, because of course, at the end, our idea is to be able to implement this into the market. So this is the team at Darwin. We are in the Scientific Park of the University of Valencia. If you want any more information on the project or any other of the projects that we're working on, including plastics biodegradation, bioremediation of sulfates, etc., feel free to get in touch with me, and I'm sure we can always find a microbial solution for whatever problem that exists. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy. The next one is Peter de Jong. He's a European representative of Vexus and Water Campus. I'm going to say correctly, Leeuwarden, more or less, in the Netherlands. Water Campus innovation ecosystem focused on deep tech water technologies, and Vexus is the European Center of Excellence for Sustainable Water Technology. These entities are focused in talent attraction and development, creating startups and supporting scale-ups and unlocking the circular economy. Vexus is the coordinator of the working group Resource Recovery of Water Europe, and Water Campus has created and supported over 100 deep tech startups. So, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. Does the microphone work? It's a bit shaky. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, good morning. I will be introducing briefly the innovation ecosystem of WETSES and Water Campus and focus on one of the projects that we're doing. So to begin, we don't work only with the water sector, but we work with actually more or less all economic activities that include water. 1 second. Yeah, this is better. Hope so. Maybe it's a distance. Maybe. If this works better, then I stand on this side. Okay. So we work with many different sectors: drinking water, wastewater, energy, etc. And with these companies, we develop new innovations. The campus has all the different elements of the development, from new idea, laboratory research, scaling up all the way to the global market. So we focus on every TRL level, as well as entrepreneurship. The campus is home to several institutions. They're all not-for-profit foundations. They're being paid partly by companies, but for a large degree also by government subsidies, regional, national, local, the city, and in many cases co-funded by the European Union. We participate in every possible EU program that you can compete for funding. We have Interreg A, B, C, D. No, D doesn't exist, but A, B, C we do have. We have COSME, we have Horizon, Erasmus, EIC Accelerator grants, etc. So these are the organizations. WETSES is the Center of Excellence for Water Technology. Then we have CEW. They perform scale-up projects, piloting, and Water Alliance is a cluster organization that helps companies to go to the global market. We don't work alone in our region. We have a continuous collaboration with company members and universities. In total, we have 300 companies that are contributing in cash to the research that we're doing, and they're located in all over Europe, including 3 more continents. We also work with 25 European universities outside of the Netherlands and 10 within the Netherlands. At the moment, we only exist since 2003. We started with 2 PhDs. We're located in a region that doesn't have a university. So we do work with universities beyond our region. And especially in the last 10 years, we created these results. So we have now 102 patents, more than 1,000 scientific papers with a high citation index, and already 176 PhDs graduated at our center, but then of course supervised by a university that is an official university. We are a location where this takes place, but we're not officially a university ourselves. This is a list of it's not complete, there's more. At the moment, we have over 100 startup companies generated from the program and partly attracted to the program. So most of them are based around the center. Let me dive into one of them to give an example. We're talking about digestion today. One of the companies that is globally very active in digestion is the company PACT. The label is on the lower right. They are the globally leading, it's still an SME, but they're a globally leading enterprise in industrial wastewater treatment. And that has an equivalent to the production of natural gas that could be used by 6 million households. They have over 2,000 installations globally. So you could say they know a thing or two about biogas. Their spin-off now is called PAC Biomaterial. And they foresaw that the market of biogas, of course, is very important. But if you have locations where you can produce even more, they think it's smarter to produce bioplastics. These are biodegradable, and there's a huge future market for that. So that's an alternative. You see on the right-hand side, these little compounds, those are the pellets of bioplastics. They're fully biodegradable. They're made by bacteria, and they can be eaten by bacteria. And it would be smart to use these in sectors such as agriculture. We work in many EU projects. One of the projects we work with is Agro to Circular. That's the next presentation, so I won't dive more into that. I just want to end with showing this slide. This is the commitment of the Dutch authorities of wastewater in transforming the wastewater treatment plants into centers where you produce energy or recover nutrients. And sorry that the slide is in Dutch, but what you can see, these are, so on this side, all the blue ones are realizing energy recovery. So they're producing biogas. On this slide to the right, The blue ones are recovering phosphate, and yeah, they extract this from the sludge. So in the Netherlands, the sludge usually gets incinerated at the end. So we have technologies to do the extraction either at the stage of sludge or after incineration. After incineration can be in the form of vivianite, and that's some of the projects that we do in the south of the Netherlands, and we got a patent for that, which currently is being exploited by Kemira, a large company in Finland. I hope this is a good brief overview of some of the activities that we do in our region, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Yes, Peter. Okay, so the next one is Carlos Serra. You work with a partner. I don't know if it's here.
Yeah, Alfonso is there, but I will make the presentation. Maybe he will participate in the roundtable, or
okay,
no,
okay.
maybe.
So a bit more shy. Carlos Serra is graduated in law from the University of Valencia and master degree in economic policy and public economy. He also has a certificate in advanced statistical techniques applied by the UNED, and since 2018, he is PhD candidate in the doctoral program for design, management, and evaluation of public social and welfare policies. Currently, he is hired as teaching staff in training at the University of Valencia, Polynestar Institute through a PhD contract. He collaborates in various projects of the Polynestar Institute and more actively in the Agro2 Circular project.
Thank you very much. Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for the organization, for inviting Polybienestar. Unfortunately, our director, Jorge Garces, couldn't be here today due to his packed agenda, but we will be here. We are pre-doc researchers. Hopefully, it will be enough. Not going to talk about biogas, more about agri-food waste. Hopefully, we can contribute to the whole circular economy debate. And I'm going to talking about Agro2Circular project. It is a funded project in Horizon 2020, Green Deal Code, about circular economy, of course, and focusing on developing and implementing a technological solution for the recycling and valorization of agri-food waste. And here we're talking about vegetables, fruits, and yeah, multi-layer plastic films to high added value products in these sectors, all supported by a digital tool and built on a systemic approach. So, of course, there are a lot of contextual factors that speak of a need of a project such as Agro2Circular to exist, basically because we still generate an abnormal quantity of waste, and most of this waste is fruits and vegetables. There's still a lot of challenges in recycling multi-layer plastic films due to its composition. And as you know, probably know, the circular economy sector, if we can call it that, still lags behind in terms of digitalization. And although there are many projects trying to apply the concept of circular economy, there are still like a lack of systemic solutions applied to a larger and specific territories. So hence the Agro2Circular project that came into fruition 2 years ago with that many partners from that many countries. 60% of the partners are Spanish because it happens in Murcia, in region of Murcia. And well, what do we do exactly? University of Valencia, Polybienestar in this project, a little bit of spam over there, but I can tell you that what we do is basically focus on giving a social science perspective to the project, basically providing policy briefs, studying the governance of a model, and also contributing to the social life cycle assessment. Sure, you've heard about that. So basically, Agro2Circular is focusing on trying to valorize agri-food waste and in a systemic way in the region of Murcia, so it can therefore be implemented in other regions of Europe. And for this, we kind of manage the waste, we valorize it, and then we introduce it into industrial processes. And just to finish, a very important thing happening in Agro2Circular is that we try to focus on getting a multi-stakeholder commitment. Different stakeholders on this project have very delimited functions. So we have the primary producers providing the agri-foods and the waste. The retail businesses also providing food waste to the industry. through some community-based innovation schemes. It is the industry which upcycles the products and creates new products for food and nutraceutical and cosmetic. Public actors provide framework and financial support, and we cannot talk about the citizens, which they are targeted for awareness raising, and we are trying to study through surveys and focus groups what are the recycling habits and yeah, how to promote public engagement in circular economy projects. So that's Agro2Circular to you. Thank you very much. Sorry for the micro I can control, and yeah, hopefully contribute to the roundtable debate. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Okay, now the last but not the least, Miguel Ángel Suárez. I think it's online also, and now we can see you in the room.
Yes, I am.
He's chemical engineer and works in SETEMA, the Technological Center for the Energy and Environment from Cartagena, Murcia, as project manager in the project HOOP since 2020. As a background, he has PhD in process and environmental engineer by the University of Oviedo and has expertise on waste management and circular bioeconomy. I think you are going to present HOOP project, so yeah, we are available.
Can you hear me?
Yes. And we can see your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Carlos, for the presentation, and to the previous panelists for their presentations. As you said, I work in the HOOP project, Horizon 2020 project, which is coordinated by the Technological Center for Energy and Environment in the region of Murcia, CETEMA. And this is also connected with the previous presentation, circular economy project, which is aimed in vitalizing the urban circular bioeconomy in Europe. So actually the main scope of HOOP is the contribution to the urban circular bioeconomy, understanding the circular bioeconomy in a material way, in terms not only of energy valorization as the biogas, but on creating new bioproducts from the biostreams that are generated in the cities and the regions. Either the bio-waste, either the wastewater sludge, so that with bioproducts, they can come back into the city. The most typical ways of management of bio-waste and wastewater and wastewater sludge is composting and is anaerobic digestion. But there are a lot of European projects, and there are a lot of emerging technologies that try to get new products from the bio-waste. So this innovation part is also one very important focus on that HOOP has, besides the existing ones. And we are not so focused in the main topic of this panel that is anaerobic digestion, but we do focus on the side streams, like for example the digestate, like for example the liquids that are generated, and trying to find alternative ways for valorizing, not only on getting the energy. The issue is that for the valorization with alternative methods, with innovation methods, there are a lot of research on laboratory level. There are many European projects going into pilots, but then when jumping into the big scale, there are huge problems and important barriers. So we try to find the ways to unlock these investments in urban circular bioeconomy so that this can become real and that we can open the world. So here comes the HOOP solution. It's a different approach in which instead of focusing on a technology, we are focusing on doing a project development assistance. The project doesn't start from scratch. It's having a background from the previous Horizon 2020 projects, Valley Waste, Waste Up, and Excalibur. And with a budget of 9 million euros, we are aimed to make the activities, to provide the PDA necessary to induce higher investment. One of the key aspects of HOOP is that it's not focused on the technology, but it is focused on the customer, on the cities and the regions of Europe that are very diverse one from each other. Actually, we have 8 very different one from each other: Murcia in Spain, Kuopio in Finland, Albano Laciale in Italy, Western Macedonia in Greece, Bergen in Norway, Almere in the Netherlands, Porto in Portugal, and Münster in Germany. So with these 8 territories, we're trying to implement PDA with projects that are coming from them. They are the center of the focus, and the PDA, they are the ones, the protagonists. And this is the reason why also HOOP, as well as Agro2Circular, is part of the Circular Cities and Regions initiative from the European Commission. So, going to the concept itself is the project development assistance. This is a different approach. It's trying to make a suit exactly for the kind of project and the kind of city that we have. This cannot be done just from one perspective. It needs to be done with a multidisciplinary approach. So that's the reason why we have a multidisciplinary team covering different aspects of the PDA and different aspects of the project. First, understanding what is the local context and the urban metabolism, develop circular business models, provide technological studies, environmental assessments, provide a very good network of stakeholder engagement. This is key for providing for making the unlock of circular economy, and also, most important part, the funding. Finding ways for those projects to get the funding or the financing through financial engineering, and also using innovation public procurement. Our ambition goes beyond these 8 cities. We want to make a strategy of replicability so that through a network of cities and regions, through the platform, the Urban Circular Bioeconomy Hub, can be transferred and this knowledge shared and replicated in other areas of Europe with similar or with different projects. So connecting with what I said before, trying to offer alternatives to composting and to anaerobic digestion, considering also the diversity of Europe and that the same recipe does not necessarily work in all the cities and regions of Europe, we have developed a portfolio of technologies, of 17 technologies. There will be more. We are in a process of update for material valorization of urban biowaste and wastewater sludge. We have identified 5 different market sectors that can benefit from these new technologies, including the chemistry sectors through biorefinery, through chemical building blocks, ethanol, nutrition through single cell proteins, to the use of insects, to the preparation of nutraceuticals, biopolymers, as Carlos said before, as Peter said before, in Agro2Circular, cosmetics, and also in agriculture with biofertilizers or biostimulants. And for those of you that would like to know a bit more of HOOP, I invite you to join the Urban Circular Bioeconomy Hub, where you can have access to a lot of information on circular urban bioeconomy through the Virtual Academy. And for those cities and regions where the real protagonists of HOOP can also benefit from this, joining the network of cities and regions, that there are tools there to assess their level of circularity, learn from each other, and exchange knowledge. So, yes, 5 minutes is too little to talk about HOOP. I would need 50, but thank you very much for your attention, and I'm at your disposal.
Thank you, Miguel Ángel. I agree, it's too little, but now we have the discussion, so micros on for people online and also people here in the room. We are to start with a short question, and then you can answer the person who wants to answer this and start to discuss between us. Well, all of us, including me, we are working now in R&D projects for developing sustainable ways to treat the waste even wastewater or waste, urban waste or agricultural waste. But the question is, what economic opportunities we have in the treatment of this waste in a circular way? Want to be the first one?
La economía circular ha venido para quedarse y ha desbancado totalmente a la lineal que teníamos anteriormente. Por lo tanto, yo creo que todas las empresas, todas las universidades, todas las entidades y administraciones nos debemos de poner las pilas. Nosotros ya estamos en ello porque estamos intentando, como otros compañeros en la mesa, el poder definir nuevas metodologías, nuevos procesos para que realmente esos elementos que antes eran basura, pues ahora sean los inputs que estamos utilizando para producir nuevos productos, lo que sea gas, sea biogás, sea nuevos alimentos, etcétera, etcétera.
I haven't said anything, but this is a hybrid event, also in languages, so you can speak in language you are comfortable.
Yo creo que una de las cosas más importantes que habría que abordar es la aceptación del consumidor de este tipo de productos, ¿vale? Porque realmente el consumidor no tiene una conciencia de que es exactamente un producto suprarreciclado, que es un producto que efectivamente, como has comentado, estaba destinado al cubo de la basura, pero de repente se revaloriza. O sea, hay un proceso industrial que hace que ese producto se convierta en un producto con un valor añadido. ¿De acuerdo? Y lo que habría que hacer sería no solo concienciar al consumidor de qué clase de producto, en qué consiste exactamente un producto suprarreciclado porque lo desconoce, sino en, al igual que se hace, por ejemplo, con productos ecológicos, con productos veganos, estandarizar, ¿de acuerdo? Y poder poner un sello en el etiquetado que lo haga fácilmente reconocible porque tenemos evidencia de que a nivel de marketing, a nivel de ventas, eso funciona. Entonces, ganan todos, quiero decir, gana el consumidor que tiene un mayor conocimiento de lo que está comprando, que sabe exactamente, puede identificar el sello, ¿de acuerdo? Y ganan las empresas también porque, bueno, eso les permite mejorar la visibilidad del producto y la información que está ofreciendo al consumidor. Entonces, esa creo que es una de las cuestiones más importantes que hay que abordar en el tema de la economía circular y cómo se convierte un producto que estaba destinado eso al cubo de la basura a un producto que gana en valor y se comercializa.
I think, Christy, you would like to say something?
Yeah. So yeah, I think there's many opportunities to obtain some economic benefits from circular economy. Many of them have been mentioned today in the different talks. From our point of view, at least in Microphone Biogas, throughout the project, we've come across several opportunities. One of them was there was a partner from Greece that was mentioning that they have a lot of lignocellulosic waste that currently is not fit for use in anaerobic digestion. So pre-treatment of that kind of waste that currently isn't being valorized is always going to be a very good opportunity. Another one is the obtention of side products, like I mentioned, fertilizers, things that you wouldn't originally be using, but with a bit of research and a bit of development, they can be definitely used and we can obtain an economical benefit. And then another interesting case we came across in microfill biogas was from our Finnish partner from Finland. He was mentioning recently that in Finland, they have a lot of excess energy from renewable fuels, and that one opportunity would be to use this energy for green hydrogen production, and then this green hydrogen can be used for methanation of the biogas that's produced in order for this biogas to have an increased methane content and being used in the grid, in the electrical grid. So I think with a bit of creativity and interest, there's definitely solutions that we can develop.
Peter?
Thank you. I think, yeah, indeed, for the circular economy, we need various actors. One is the citizen. Of course, indeed, they need to accept new products, but they also need to engage better. I live in Paterna, and we have these very nice brown bins for organic waste. And I'm very Dutch, so I collect all my waste in the kitchen that is organic. I separate it carefully. I put it in a biodegradable plastic bag, and I walk with all these fruit flies around it towards the bin. And each time I open the bin, it's a big surprise what this time will be in there, because it's very rarely organic waste. People use it because it has the biggest opening to put any old cupboard, shoes, or whatever in there. So I think we have a long way to go with citizen awareness. I cannot speak for the whole of Spain. I can speak for my barrio and maybe bigger. There's some things to do about getting citizens more engaged and being more aware what actually it means, what they put in there, and how that affects the circular economy and their own self-sustainability. So I hope that would be part of a project. But it's not to give up on confidence. I just saw this nice project, which is pronounced in English Hoop. It also mentions Calibre. It's one of the European projects here from ITN in the Technology Park of Valencia. We're one of the partners in that project as well. The same word you can pronounce in Dutch, and it sounds then as hope. And in Spain, that means esperanza. So I think we need to have all esperanza that these sort of things will be possible. Might take some time, but I think we will get there. And I think then what's very important to work together to know exactly what sort of products you want to make in the circular economy. Because a big thing is once you have a product from waste, you need end of waste criteria. Because for Europe, it's still considered waste as long as there's no legal application. So we work with, for instance, the European Sustainable Phosphorus Platform. That's a European organization specifically to transform phosphate, derived from waste into a official product that you can sell to farmers. It's just one example, but the same will be for these bioplastics that you saw. Depending on the waste they come from and the application you want to have with it, you need a certain end of waste status. And this is something that is very time consuming. And I hope that it will speed up with the help of European Commission and member states, and that then together we can unlock all these different value chains and these circular applications. Thank you.
Now, yes. We have people online that would like to talk also. Please, Sandra, your turn.
Yes, thank you, Carlos. I think that applying circularity to wastewater is no longer just a marketing issue. There is a problem with the water in Portugal, so we must increase the reuse water for no potable purposes. The wastewater treatment plant will have to optimize their process to promote the energy production process to be self-sufficient and optimize their process with a view to reducing the production of waste. So converting waste into products and converting wastewater treatment plants in through factories, we achieve economic and environmental sustainable advantage. We heard this morning wastewater treatment plants as energy and resource factory. So we have money and we have economic opportunities in wastewater treatment plants.
Okay, thanks. Also, Miguel Ángel has something to say.
Yes, thank you very much. Regarding your question about the opportunities for circular economy, I would like to say that circular economy is a quite broad concept. There are very different value chains. We in Hoop, they are just on the bioeconomy part, but there are many others that can create a different kind of value chains. The key is the business model. The key is the business model because according to the business model, you are subject to the kind of market that you are targeting, the kind of stakeholders that are involved, and following that, you might have different opportunities. It's just to find the business model. I would like to add something to what Peter said about the results in the separate collection and the improper material. This is an important part, and not only for novel technologies, but also for anaerobic digestion. But there are different opportunities. There are different models to improve that. We are working on that in Hoop. And something else that I would like to add is that maybe at some point we should consider that even though it is very focused to the waste management or to the wastewater management, the circular economy is something broader. It's a change of paradigm. It's not about waste management. It's not focused on the waste, but it's focused on the product. It's something that involves several stakeholders in the value chain. So it's not only like linear, start here, finish here. It's something that you need to connect very well. And for that, it's also need a change of mind, because in normal industry, there are specifications, there are regulatory frameworks that sometimes it's quite tricky for circular economy. And these are the kind of things that need to be tackled. It's something more complex than just recycling, having a new product and going to that. Is that product first needs to work, needs to have a market, and needs to be competitive at the end, because there we can start talking about circular economy. But there are huge and very huge possibilities, especially in the bio field, for circular economy.
Thank you, Miguel Ángel. Rodrigo.
No, simplemente escuchándolos hablar, se me ocurre, y es una consulta, si se puede incluir en el modelo de economía circular también la desalinización del agua marina, para incluirlo en los procesos tanto urbanos como industriales, ya que es una fuente que abunda y hay tecnología también allí para utilizar esa agua. Dejo como reflexión.
Thank you, Rodrigo, for the reflection. We were talking about some clues. Peter and also Alfonso has said that the citizens or people in the street have to be involved in the projects, because if they are not involved, it's not possible to go to circular economy. But how to engage them, how to motivate them to buy or to do in a circular, or live in a circular way.
Bueno, pues la respuesta corta es que va a ser imposible involucrar a todo el mundo en prácticamente cualquier proceso sectorial de economía circular que nos imaginemos. Hay cosas que funcionan, y esto va a sonar una obviedad, pero en general minimizar el esfuerzo y maximizar los incentivos para hacerlo es una cosa que funciona. Ya digo que suena bastante obvio. Entonces, una respuesta típica sería decir que concienciación. La concienciación suele funcionar, la norma social suele funcionar, es decir, el que la gente se vea influida por la conducta de su vecino. Son cuestiones que suelen funcionar bastante bien. Y bueno, al final también depende de la estrategia de R. Hablo de R por la típica estrategia de revalorización, reciclaje, etcétera. Todas estas estrategias que llevan el prefijo re, que etimológicamente significa repetición, que al fin y al cabo es el corazón mismo de la economía circular, ¿no? La repetición de recursos. Entonces, básicamente eso. Depende de la estrategia, tiene más sentido o menos sentido que la ciudadanía se involucre más o se involucre menos. Una estrategia de reciclaje es fácil ver cuál es el papel que le corresponde a la ciudadanía, pero en una estrategia de revalorización pues no es tan simple, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, depende de la estrategia de R que siga el proceso de economía circular, y depende, sobre todo, me quedaría con eso, con norma social, maximizar incentivos para hacerlo y minimizar esfuerzo. Esa sería mi respuesta, básicamente.
Thank you.
Dos cosas solo. A ver, sí que es verdad, creo, como me muevo con gente joven, creo que la gente joven sí que está muy, muy concienciada de estos temas. Otro tema es el precio que finalmente tenga. El poder obtener agua desalar agua es viable porque la metodología existe, pero es muy caro todavía. Entonces, el precio final que tiene que pagar el consumidor es muy importante. Entonces, bueno, pues hay que trabajar un poco todos esos procesos, todas esas metodologías para que finalmente llegue un precio asequible para todo el mundo, porque así será aceptado. Finalmente, yo creo que el precio es muy importante.
Right. So usually it's an inconvenient.
Within our region, we focus a lot on youth because that's where you can make the biggest impact. So from our campus, we have a specific dedicated program, and we visit 70% of the schools within the entire region. And we send there a professor. We call them the water professor. And it's a 3-day program with the students. So partly it's for fun in the classroom, doing some practical experiments. It's in primary and secondary education, but they also go and visit the laboratory. They go and see a water company so that they can imagine how to work in that sector. So it's both to become interested in the sector, but also to learn the issues in the sector. We have also a special Girls' Day in which girls as a group come to the center and they will see the whole day, the whole program only organized with my female colleagues so that they can see that any job within the whole structure could be done by a woman, because it's not always evident in these technical professions that women see a future there as well. So it's very good to involve in that sense. And we also involve schools for instance, we did a water battle so that we had 2 districts in the city, and the goal was to consume less water. So they had the data on how much water consumption was there, and they literally rang the doors of all their neighbors, trying to convince them to use less water. And in the end, the district that, of course, consumed less than before and better than the other one. And what is very interesting is that it had a lasting effect within these districts. We could see years later that still these people were changed in their mentality, not only the young ones, but even the older ones, to actually mind the amount of water consumption. So in this sense, there a lot can be done. And I think there's initiatives in many cities, but I think that's the way forward.
Nice initiative. Anyone else would like to?
O simplemente creo que la posibilidad de financiar proyectos de innovación y desarrollo para lograr estos estándares es una de las claves y oportunidades para desarrollar la economía circular en el tratamiento de residuos.
I think it is also important thinking about what do we want citizens to be engaged with, because one of the speakers said it before, circular economy to work, and it's like a change of paradigm, of culture even. So not separate, boxes. We need everyone to reduce waste, to recycle, and to involve themselves more in schemes of repair and reuse. So this needs like a multifaceted even strategy and policies from the public sector, going from awareness raising, clear communication about what needs to be recycled where, because it may seem simple, but there's still a lot of problems with that. And yeah, even fiscal incentives, it needs like a multi-strategy.
Okay, thanks. Well, just to conclude, we have shown the nice thing of the research, but also we have some difficulties to carry on the projects. So I'm going to ask if you would like to tell us any difficulty you have found in your project, and also just to finish, is you can say any next step you are thinking about for develop this circular economy in your field.
Bueno, una de las principales dificultades que vemos nosotros en algunos proyectos que hemos estado involucrados es la reglamentación, la cantidad de carga administrativa que hay cuando un producto pasa a la segunda etapa, que es cuando el otro organismo toma el producto ya utilizado y le va a dar un nuevo ciclo de vida. Hemos visto que hay a veces que llenar formularios con más de 20 anexos, Y a veces eso es como que entorpece la posibilidad de reutilizar un desecho para utilizarlo como nuevo producto para la segunda etapa. Sí.
Okay. Anyone else want to get that?
I think one of the issues you will find with many circular products is that people say, hey, it's nice, it's circular, but concerning the business case, is it cheaper than this very nice polluting fossil-based product I already consume? And the answer most evidently is not. It's for various reasons. One, you don't have that scale of economy because you just start. And the second, the other product, we all know, has many extra costs, but you never paid for them. So slowly legislation in Europe is changing on EU level and on national level, whereby single-use plastics will slowly be more and more phased out or become very expensive. So this is just an example of showing that, yeah, we also need legislation on our side to make sure that the ones that are clearly not desired by society, but cheaper, will in the end not be the ones that are competing negatively with your future business case. Notwithstanding, of course, you need to see and make the right calculation on the circular products that you are making. They definitely need to make business sense, but outright competing with a new circular product with the existing price of fossil-based products, the one-on-one, is of course not a fair comparison. So yeah, you see a lot of advance in that direction, and yeah, step by step we will get there.
Okay, thanks. I don't know if people online would like to say something, because I can see you in the room, and I don't know if you would like to say something. Sandra? Joao?
Hello, good morning to everybody. This is João Peters from the Portuguese Water Partnership. Fascinating session, and actually half of the question that I wanted to ask has already been answered. What I found interesting in the Life ECODIGESTION project and the theme of today is this linkage between the water utility sector to agriculture, to municipal waste management in a synergetic way. Now, in terms of a rollout of this, be it in namely across Europe, one topic was already mentioned by a colleague in the panel, which is very frequently regulation and administrative burdens can then destroy the speed of the rollout of these things. I mean, my perception, we're experiencing a bit of a pains of growth in, for instance, in the rollout of water reuse, at least in Portugal, where at the higher political level there's a huge goodwill and political will to get this going, but then when it comes to concrete projects, they somehow get tangled in a lot of red tape. The second half of my question, which links to the issue of having economically compelling business models, is, and this is an open question to all the members of the panel, is who do you see as potential champions, or i.e. leading anchor entities that will get these things moving in the future? Will it be up to mainly to larger water and wastewater utilities to take the lead on this, or are there opportunities for private enterprises who kind of like establish partnerships with water utilities and other stakeholders, and then somehow create a way of getting having viable private business models around these themes? That is the open question that I would have to the panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, João, for your opinion. He's the Executive Director of Portuguese Water Partnership. Okay, so we can conclude this roundtable. Just to remind you that, I don't know, sorry, Miguel Ángel, you want to say something?
Yes, very briefly to comment the barriers that we are finding in HOOP and that we are observing are exactly those that that have been mentioned before. First is the regulation, and not only in terms of all the previous steps that must be done, but also existing regulations that literally do not allow the valorization. That cut the possibility to go through a valorization step, especially in the nutrition sector. That is one point. The second is the finding the financing for these projects. As Peter said, many times the competitiveness has to done with the economy of scale. For having economy of scale, you need to make big plans. For making big plans, you need high investments, and for high investments, you need money from somewhere. And many times the investors they are very scared of the risk. So these are the two main constraints, let's say, about the development of the circular economy on a higher level.
Thank you, Miguel Angel. Now, thank you for panelists. Just to say that I have been told that the policy officer is very interested in all the presentations. So please, if you don't have any problem, you can send this presentation just to be sent to her. Thank you very much to all panelists.
And now we will have a presentation online of the Startup Europe Awards of Life ECODIGESTION 2.0, which will be introduced by Lola Bordas, who is a Chief Marketing Officer of Finoma and Head of Women for Tech.
Hello, good morning. Thank you very much, Alexandra, for the presentation. I confirm that my audio is working fine, and that's it. Then I can begin. It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you very much. So let me begin with a simple question. Do you think the Life ECODIGESTION 2.0 is a difficult concept for children to understand? So they don't think so. Here we are, the youngest Life ECODIGESTION 2.0 team. Okay, I'm going to introduce you two different concepts, trying to taking the communication a step further. What we are doing with the Life ECODIGESTION 2.0 project and concept is trying to go more and more to expand this concept and trying to go another audience, because target audience, because we think that it's pretty interesting, and why not that a lot of people can join us. So these two things I'm going to explain briefly. The first one is the Girls for Tech Life ECODIGESTION 2.0, and the second one is Startup Europe Awards Life ECODIGESTION 2.0. And briefly, with 5 minutes, let me introduce these two concepts. The first one is how we try with a method change solution, going and trying to attract young people to STEM careers, you know, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, because for girls and boys from 8 to 18 years old. We do this with the Life ECODIGESTION concept, and we join with another challenges and another ways that to promote these STEM careers to young people. We present the Life ECODIGESTION Challenge to the Valencian community this year for more than 2,000 young people, called Retos. Retos is called like a challenge. So what we do with this challenge is to present the Life ECODIGESTION project and trying they have a solution for this challenge. They have to search, find sewage treatment plants that have a digestion near the municipality, and organic waste, whether in hotel, restaurant, farm, etc. Use of technology, they have to do an app, and then a contribution to the environment for sure. So they have to explain how it has this contribution to the environment. The winners of the 2021 were Rebecca, Clara, Anna, and Alba from the ABC School of Gandia, and they do a project called Comment 2.0, and as you can see, is going with Life ECODIGESTION 2.0, and they did this nice app, a mobile application to do a local solution. But the impact of the awards was echoed in the presentation of the Horizon Europe in Spain, in Valencia, so this 2 years before, with the Minister of the Science and Innovation, Diana Morant, and together with Generic Paquet, that's the General Director of the DG Research and Innovation. So we have this nice picture, and speaking about how these young people can contribute or think or do something with the Life ECODIGESTION 2.0 project. And what about 22 and 23 editions and more? So we are presenting this project to another kind of project on STEAM competition that works with young people. We go there and we say we have a project that is called Life ECODIGESTION, that we are doing that. So please give me a solution. How can you solution this? And even more, we are continuing with the challenge to the next core 23-24 and doing this information all around Comunidad Valenciana, Valencian community, Spain, and also in the Europe where we can go. We explain this and we try to attract these nice things. This was the first thing with a target audience that you can see, and the second one have another target different that we are going for them. The Startup Europe Awards is an initiative of the European Commission to connect startups, scale-ups, accelerators, etc., etc., etc. And in more, what's Startup Europe Awards called SEWA by us? So the Startup Europe Awards is a methodology promoted by the DG Connect, but implemented by Finnova since 2016. What we do is an open innovation tool to identify disruptive startups to promote public and private collaboration. We try also to try these people can access to the European funds and go for call proposals to fit in the project. Right now, you have two challenges. You can apply for two challenges in this Startup Europe Award. The first one is to improve biogas generation in water treatment plants and their energy improvement. And the second one, challenge 2, is sustainable technology for valorization of sludge from waste treatment plants. So we have a link you can fill in, and you can go to this link in the Startup Europe Awards website, in the Life ECODIGESTION website, and also my colleagues are doing this link in this in the chat of this speaker. Who can participate? Can you participate? So if you are a company, a university, startup, scale-up, spin-off, anyway, if you are interested in entrepreneurship and you think you can do something with this, please come on, we are waiting for you. You can see all the buses, everything in these websites I have mentioned before. What are you going to win with this? So you are going to have a good mentoring, personalized consultation for projects adapt to each sector, training on European funds in a EU training platform, networking and lobby, and EU funding, support to transform your idea on a European project in a Vision European project. So you have till 31 of July to do this application. The 31 is the closing, and the grand final will be in 21 September in Malaga. It's in it's Green Cities and it's moving event in a good show about this energy. So this morning we have the honor of have the juries of Startup Europe Awards. They are Joao Simão, Mark Baker, Elias Colom, and to do a correct presentation, I give way to Juanma Revuelta that will introduce them properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lola. Lola is not with us because she has, her daughter is ill today. Children are really important. And we are very, very proud about how to change social behavior through students, through children at the schools, because they will help parents to understand how to separate the organic waste. But in your barrio or in all over Europe. Anyway, I would like to ask, Elias Colom is with us, the Corporate Marketing Director of Global Omnium, and who can share with us, as member of the jury, and also who can, I would like he explain what's the approach from Global Omnium, because they are working with the schools. They have their own program of sensibilization. And I want to highlight that thanks to Global Omnium, we have a meeting in Sevilla, an important, the Wex Global meeting. And through that, we have the contact of Joao Simão, who is the Executive Director of Portuguese Water Partnership. And also Mark Baker will be connect after on internet. Allow me to stress the importance of participating in the challenge that Lola has introduced to you. It will be, the final will be in Malaga, 21st September, in the Green Week, in the Green Cities Forum and in the Smoothing Forum. And it's also our contribution for that candidate of Barcelona to the World Expo, Universal Expo, that will be in 2027. And it's important also for Global Omnium and for all of us to understand that the subject will be green cities and also electrical mobility, all what is mobility, and it will be in Malaga. There are 3 candidates at the moment, and Malaga is the candidate from the European Union. Elias.
Thanks, Juan Manuel. First of all, Joao, I want to answer you because you have sent to the panel, I think, a very important question about if you think, to the panel you ask, if water utility may have the honor of improving something in order to to resolve this circular economy and everything. I think in our position, because I'm too, like you, in water utility, we have the need, the necessity of doing something, because at the end we have a problem of water scarcity, big one. So these awards, I think, are opportunity for those people who talent and who have ideas on going on in a different way. We have to say him, please, we need you, we need your talent. And we offer you some SIWA program that the European community are asking for. And the funds are there. Don't be care about that. What I mean that every idea has to be green, and of course we need to give another opportunity to the water. Please think in water utilizing the water, because at the end of the day, for my daughters or for the other babies, or for the 2050, we will have a big problem if we don't take care of our water. So try to this program, SIWA Awards, to give the new opportunities of water, thinking in open mind, with talent, and we will be proud to the honor of evaluating them with Mark and with Joao. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Joao, obrigado. What's your opinion from Portugal? We were talking in Sevilla how to promote, how to support, how to participate together in consortium with your platform, with your partners, in projects with Global Omnium. What's your contribution?
Firstly, just a brief explanation of what the Portuguese Water Partnership is. It's a cluster association, similar to the Catalan Water Partnership and the Netherlands Water Partnership. We actually collaborate intensively with the Water Alliance in the Netherlands. So we focused 100% on water, 100% on promoting the international engagement of our members. And our members are companies, public and private, universities, government agencies, and other civil society organizations. So enough about that. Typically, we are very interested in doing one of two things. One, being involved in European projects, namely on the Interreg dimensions, but we always do that in conjunction with some of our members, because our role in those projects are mainly one of communication, dissemination, and all of that. So I'm very happy to see Sandra from Águas do Centro Litoral, from the group Águas Portugal here, because Águas Portugal, through multiplicity of their companies, are usual members of consortia that we try to support. The second thing that the second message that I would like to leave with everybody is that more important for us than our own participation in projects is in helping entities from any other country who are interested in finding good Portuguese partners, good Portuguese colleagues to participate in these projects. Please give us a call. That's one of our key missions. So if you're looking for a water utility for a given profile, if you're looking for a university or research center or a software startup, give us a call, because we will make that networking with our members. At present, we are one of the top political priorities in Portugal is in promoting water reuse. So it's a theme that we're paying a lot of attention to. I remember that was one of the themes that I had a conversation with Juan at the last Water and Energy Exchange event in Sevilla. But I'll stop for now. Otherwise, I'll just babble on forever. Thank you.
Obrigado, Joao. Obrigado. We will connect you for new project. Okay. Now we are moving to from West Global. Micro. Okay. Mark Baker, he's connected online. Mark Baker, in my opinion, he managed the best system for connecting people. West Global is unique. I learned that in Oporto some years ago, after in Valencia twice, and the last time was in Sevilla. Okay, Mark Baker is in that field of circular economy, energy, water, and always we learn and we connect and we do the networking. After, when we finish, we will have here a physical networking. You are not here, Mark, you will not be in our catering after. But anyway, you have the floor because you are years and years organizing awards, recognitions, networking, and doing possible triple impact projects that have sustainability, water and energy, especially in this week that is the European Union Green Week, and today is the International Day of Oceans. You have the floor, Mark.
Thanks very much, Juanma, for that introduction. Yeah, I just really want to add to what the other panelists have said. I think this this type of initiative is extremely important. As Juanma said, we deal with a lot of work which is focused on connecting business people from or business, academic, research, utilities from different parts of the water and energy sectors, and to enabling them to do business across border with each other. And I think there's some really commendable work going on with EU green funds and initiatives like this Life ECODIGESTION project. The reason that it's important is that there's clearly an enormous amount of impetus behind it, as we've heard, that the funds are available. What I find from talking to many entrepreneurs is that many people just don't know where to start. They don't know where to access these funds. They don't know how to access these projects. There's a wealth of information. There's almost too much information to take in, and that in itself scares people off from participating. So I think that's where projects and awards like this and the prizes that are, or the rewards that are on offer for winning this particular competition are very important. An old boss of mine once said to me that if it's a great problem, if you're going to eat an elephant, you need to pick a point to take the first bite. And I think this is a project which reflects that, because it gives a clear path and an understanding and a gateway for people to get involved with collaborative projects, to access a network of entrepreneurs, scientists and research, which perhaps even in this world where we have so much connectivity to many people, seems to be so difficult. So congratulations for getting this particular project together. I'm really sorry that I'm not there with you in person this morning, but I really look forward to taking part in the jury process with Joao and Elias in the coming months. So we look forward to receiving your entries. Thanks very much, Juanma.
Thank you very much, all of you. I have to inform to you that we have had around 60 people in this hybrid event, here physically and also in internet. What is not bad, because at the same time we were competing with the webinar of the Spanish Ministry of Transition about the life subprogram energy. Okay, 60 people is a lot. I'm very happy with the results, with the networking. I want to thank especially our technical team, Eduardo and Daniel, the people that has come from Brussels, Amaya and Alexandra, Katina, and all the people that has been working, our colleagues from Belgium and from Portugal that are here with us today, and also Manuela, Adrian, etc. And especially thanks to Global Omnium and to GoHub for hosting us in this wonderful meeting room in Valencia. And I would like that the closing, if Elias wants to say, for the networking, I want Elias convinced to you in doing new projects.
No, please, thanks a lot. Come to Valencia when you want. You are welcome, all of you, and of course the people who is in the net. For us, it's an honor to stay with European in Green Week, or even Valencia, and just have a coffee and relationships again. Thanks for coming.